Hey, what is up, guys? Dead Last Jack back with another video, and it's been a couple weeks. I have been still buying up cards and selling some cards on eBay and just keeping up with cards in general, but I just haven't made any videos. So busted a few packs, ordered a few things, but I thought it was time I probably ought to do a video. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. So anyway, enough of the rambling. I want to show you a few cards I picked up today, but I also would like to touch base on this whole market thing that's going crazy and seems to be primarily basketball and some baseball. Football cards don't seem to be doing as crazy as those two sports, but it's also the off season, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. And I've heard everything from people say that Gary V and a lot of new money and I don't know. It's better investments than the stock market, and I don't really know if any of that's true or if all of it's true. I don't know. You can make that decision yourself. But I do know that I am a collector slash flipper slash investor slash keepsaver. I just like cards and I like the hobby. I'm 45 years old, and I have collected, bought, or sold cards since I was 15. So for 30 years, and off and on. I think we all take a break from now and again, but but off and on for 30 years. I've bought cards, I've sold cards, I've collected cards, and that's just what I like to do. It's a fun hobby for me because I'm a big sports junkie. I like two of the four major sports a lot, and the other two I follow somewhat. So I like sports, so cards makes it even better because it kind of gives me a little bit more knowledge of who to buy and who to sell and who I want to hold on to and whatnot. But anyway, enough rambling about that. The point is that I've collected cards all that time, and I've had several $100+ cards, and I've sold several $50+ cards, and I always choose to keep some things. And for example, the cards there in front of you are 5 basketball cards that I have held on to for a little while, and I'm kind of up in the air with them now because of the current market. But and one of those in particular is obvious. The other 4 are so-so. But I would like to see comments and opinions in the bottom of this of why you guys think that certain cards are going so high. Like, obviously, Giannis and LeBron and Luka are 3 easy ones to name. And there's others, like, for instance, this Kevin Durant Fleer rookie. I bought that on COMC a little over a year ago for $14. The last 2 that sold on eBay were over $60. I think one of them was 70, and the other one was like 89 or something like that. So that's just one example. The LeBron James, I've had it for like 3 years now, but I only paid $48 for it. The last 3 that sold on eBay were between $650 and $800. And there was one that I seen today, right before I got on this video, actually. There was one that over $800 and still getting bids. So where's that going to land? The Giannis, I don't have any graded Giannis, but I have one of Giannis's prestige rookies, and I actually just ordered 2 more over the weekend. And I used to have his totally certified rookie, and I had it graded by GMA, one of the no-name grading companies, and sold it for, I think, 5 times what I paid for it. And that was last year. It wasn't even this season. Obviously, Kobe, his cards took a big skyrocket. Now they've cooled back off, but I didn't understand that anyway. I mean, other than his autographs, that there'll never be any more autographs, but his rookie cards, they're all there. I mean, him passing away had no bearing on how many rookie cards was going to be in existence or how many graded rookie cards was going to be in existence. I didn't even understand that, but whatever. And Jordan, The only non-rookie card there, obviously, I can't afford his rookie card, so that's his second year card, and it's only in a 7, but it's what I could afford at the time. But even it, I think I paid $73 for that card. They're now selling for like 130. I've had it for like 2.5, 3 years. So the Durant is probably the only one that really isn't moving. And I mean, it has increased like $30 over what I paid for it, but with him being out all season, I don't expect it to do much. But there's still upside to Durant, so who knows? But my point to all this is, I'm an investor and a collector, so I sell a lot of cards that I buy. If you watch any of my videos, or sometimes I'll buy cards, and as soon as I get them, I know I'm selling them because that's what I bought them for. And I don't try to make a fortune off of cards, but I know that eBay and PayPal is going to take 13%, so I better make a 30 or 40% markup before it's even worth my time to sell it. Unless I'm just trying to get rid of it because I have no collection for it, or no reason to keep it. Like if I pull it out of a pack, and I might sell it for whatever I can get out of it just to pass it on and use the money for something else. Or if I buy somebody with expectation and that person fails to perform or gets injured, and sometimes I'll hold on to them. A good example of that is I got a huge stack of Allen Robinson that I bought when he had his really hot year of 14 touchdowns and 1,400 yards. And then the following season, he had a down season, so his cards kind of dwindled off. And then the year after that, he caught one pass and blew out a knee. So I haven't sold those cards. I just held on to them. But last year, what did he do? 98 catches, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. So he's coming back. So give him another season like that, or a better season, and let the Bears actually make the playoffs, and it'll be time to part ways with those cards. And I got a bunch of them. But my point is that these are cards that I like to think of long-term investments. These aren't cards that I buy to flip tomorrow or next week or next month or even in the next 6 months. Those are cards that I buy to put in my personal collection for a later date. But I have no kids, so all my cards will be sold at some point. They're not forever keepers. There's no one to pass them on to. So at some point in time, my sole purpose of collecting cards is to eventually sell them after I'm done enjoying them and I have no reason to hold on to them no more. They are one of my assets to pass off for cash when the time comes that I need the cash. But at the same time, they're pieces of cardboard with pictures on them. So at some point, they may be worth nothing. Who knows? I don't know that. You don't know that. But in theory, it's very possible. So my rambling on with all that is obviously that LeBron James. Like I said, it's selling for over $700 and pushing into the 8s and still climbing, and he's having a great season. But he is 35 years old, so how many more great seasons will the man have? And does it really matter? Michael Jordan's been out of the league for 20 years, and his cards still are progressively climbing, especially certain ones in certain grades and some ungraded, depending on what they are. So do you guys think this is just a huge influx, or do you think that this continues? Obviously not at the growth rate that it's doing now, because we're talking in the past month, weeks, that some of these prices have just went stupid. I don't foresee any of it holding that pace, but is LeBron James cards, is Kobe Bryant cards, is Michael Jordan cards, are they bulletproof? Do they never go down, or do they just level off, or do they continually go up? What do you guys think? Because I'm kind of stuck, because I've never seen them do this kind of climb in such a short period of time. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Last year, Lamar Jackson. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I have a whole box of Baltimore Ravens autographs and patch cards, like literally a shoebox. Probably 100 plus cards of autographs and patch cards, serial numbered, low numbered, and Lamar Jackson got hot and I sold them because I had cards that I had $8 and $10 in that I was selling for $50 and $100 plus. So why not sell them and buy something else? I can buy them again later if they cool off, and if they don't cool off, if I really want them, I'll buy them anyway. So now for any of you guys that are watching this that happen to be just collectors, you're going to be like, oh, well, why would you sell your cards? Well, I think I covered that. So, and like I said, I don't sell everything. Some things I buy strictly to sell. I might buy a card that's a great deal for $5 or that I think is going to be hot. I'll give you an example. I bought a Derrick Henry autograph, not even this year, it was last year. I received it in the mail on a Wednesday. That following Sunday, he had one of his 200-yard games with 4 touchdowns, and I paid $8 and something, $8 in shipping or something like that for it. I sold it the day after that game for $38. I bought it with the intentions to sell it. I didn't know I was going to sell it in 4 days, but I sold it. I bought a Carson Wentz Select Blue rookie. And if you guys go back on the videos, I think I showed all these cards when I picked them up. A Carson Wentz Blue Select, numbered to 149. Had it graded. GMA, by the way. It wasn't even graded by PSA or Beckett. It was graded by GMA. I paid $15 in shipping for it. I paid like $18 for the card. They won a Super Bowl, which he did not play in because he was injured. The following year, the first game into the season, I sold it for $130. So, once again, why not? And he hasn't done anything impressive since, in my opinion. I mean, he's an okay quarterback, but it's not like his stuff's ever been on fire since then. So, good time to get rid of it, eh? Well, I guess that's enough rambling about that. I will show you what else I picked up, and I have picked up a few other things, but this is primarily to go along with what I'm saying here. Late last basketball season, I started buying Collin Sexton rookies because he was impressing me with his stats. Now, I did not watch him play, but I keep up with stats, and I watch Sports Center, and I read on the internet, and I check scores and box scores. And I was buying Collin Sexton the end of last year because he was having a lot of 20-plus point games, and he was being overlooked because the Cavaliers lose a lot, and he got voted in, I think, as a late vote on the All-Rookie second team, and he probably should have been on the All-Rookie first team looking back. This year, he started out the season in kind of a slump on three-pointers, but he is now averaging over 20 points a game. And since the All-Star break, I think he's had one game less than 25 points, and he's had 2 31-point games and a 41-point game. The critics like to say that he has too much of a ball hog mentality, that he likes to shoot too much, doesn't get enough assists. Well, over his last 6 games, he's probably averaging 4 or 5 assists a game, which isn't bad for a guy that just turned 21 in January and averaging over 20 points a game too. On a losing team, yes, but the stats are there that he can play, and he is just barely 21. So anyway, I've been buying his cards up because they've been really cheap. Well, I've noticed as I'm buying these cards up that they are gradually going up. So in the whole flipping mentality, or wait till the guy's hot and sell all his shit, guess what could be coming up? Collin Sexton cards could be warming up, but I don't know if they will or not this season, with the season nearing its end and the Cavaliers aren't winning a whole lot more games. They might win 5 or 6 more if they're lucky. But that is my primary pickups as of recently. So that's what I'm going to show you. And I showed you all of his cards I had at one point, but I'll go through the new pickups real quick, and a brief recap of what I already had, because I have picked up a few more in there that's not in this stack of new ones. But I picked up 2 of his Optic Hollows, which the Hollows and Optic are similar to the Prism Silvers, not quite as high, but they're just about as popular. Picked up 2 of those for $14 each. They're already going for like 25 to 30, and I just got one of these in the mail today, so the other one 2 days ago. So they've already almost doubled since I ordered them. Got this Spectra RPA, numbered to $2.99. I think I paid something like $22 for that. So definitely an upside to that card if he continues doing what he's doing. Picked up this National Treasures triple jersey. Jersey cards typically don't make a whole lot, but I picked this up for like $9, I think, or maybe it was $12 shipped. It wasn't much. Numbered to 99. Triple jersey, rookie year. I just thought it looked cool, and I like jersey cards. Now, like I said, they don't always resell well, but I do like them, and it was a rookie jersey, so I picked it up. This Essentials, nice shine on that card. It's not numbered or nothing, just a nice shiny rookie card. Everybody seems to like the shine, right? And I got it in a lot. I didn't buy it individually. Here's a select premium. The premiums in the court sides of last year's rookies are really coming up a good bit, and the silvers are even doing more. For some reason, a lot of times in football, especially, the premier version of the players don't do any better than the concourse or whatever, depending on what we're talking about, basketball or baseball or football or whatever. But the premiers usually don't hold that much of a higher value, but it seems to be holding true with these basketball cards. So picked that up in this lot. Picked up this Elite in the lot. Another shiny rookie card. And then this Obsidian, which I really like the Obsidian. I've seen some of the football, and now this is the only basketball one I have currently. But this is the preview, so this was not actually part of the set. I don't know how many of these were released. There's several of them on eBay, but I really like the looks of the Obsidian. So, and once again, it was just in the lot, so I picked it up. It was a fairly cheap lot, and it was only 4 cards. I have another lot coming in. And then real quick, this video is really long, so real quick, let me go through what I already had. We'll do the prisms first. In last year's, or in his rookie prisms, I have the Fast Break Disco. I got 2 of those. Got his red, white, and blue, which is probably the least desirable in all of them. I got 3 of the greens. Got a pink crystals, a red crystals, a red wave. I think that's the hyper. And then 2 silvers. Paid $11 a piece for those silvers, by the way. They're going for almost, I've seen them as high as 40. I don't know what the current price is. I didn't check them today. Picked up this Crown Royal Auto a while back. I don't know, it's just an auto, so I picked it up. Maybe it'll be a good one to have in the future. Picked up this Select Die Cut Blue. I have this Silver Concourse Select, the Tricolor Select. I got 2 of the Silver Premiums. I'm not sure what those are. Base Optic, 3 Shock Optics, Pink Hyper, Purple, 2 Fast Break Discos, 2 Blue Velocities, and there's another hollow, so I got 3 of those total. So yeah, most of those cards were less than $10, and a few of them were a little more than 10, but almost everything except for the one Spectra was under 15. And the way basketball prices are going, who knows what they'll be worth by the end of the season or by mid-season next year at the worst case, assuming he continues to play well, which there's no reason for him not to. But this has been a really long video, and I apologize for you guys that watch my videos and are used to them being 4 and 5 minutes. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the flip side.